Good day, students. Today we are going to learn the lesson Rip Van Winkle. Now, this was Rip Van Winkle. He was a very good-natured man. He was a lovely neighbor too. He always was ready to help anyone in need. But Rip Van Winkle had one flaw. Although he was very good with children, with his neighbors, he was a very lazy man. He did not like to do any work at all. He even neglected his own farm, and because of that, there were weeds growing in his farm. He even neglected his own cow. He did not take care of her, and because of that, his cow was going astray. Now, in spite of all these odds, Rip Van Winkle, he had one nice tiny little friend. He had a dog with him named Wolf. Now, Wolf would follow him everywhere he would go. He was always by Rip Van Winkle's side. Now, one day, Rip Van Winkle wanted to avoid work. He wanted to just let go of all his works for the day and walk away. So he started walking, and his little companion, Wolf, just followed him. Rip Van Winkle walked on, and he reached the highest part of a mountain. It was late in the afternoon when he reached there, and because he was tired, he decided to just lay down for a while. And while he was laying down there, he started daydreaming, and soon it was evening. And so he realized that it would be night soon, and he better start his journey back down. Now, as he was about to get ready to go back to his village, he suddenly heard a voice calling out to him, "Rip Van Winkle, Rip Van Winkle!" He looked around and he saw a short old man. Now, this old man signaled to him that this old man was there with one barrel, okay? There was one barrel with this old man, and he signaled to Rip Van Winkle to come and help him with the barrel. Now, you know that Rip Van Winkle was a very good-natured man. He thought about it, and without thinking much, he went running and he helped that old man. That old man asked him to take the barrel and, move along with him to another place. And Rip Van Winkle helped him carry that barrel and go towards another place. Now, when he reached there, when he was going there, he saw there were many other short men like the man he was helping. And these men were playing a game of 9 pins. Now, there was no sound there at all. There was only the sound of the balls, okay, because they were playing 9 pins. They were all serious, and there was silence all around. Now, the moment these short men saw Rip Van Winkle, they stared at him, because for them, he was the odd-looking one, because he was tall. For them, all of them were short, so they were all normal, and according to them, Rip Van Winkle was the odd-looking one. So they fixed their gaze at Rip Van Winkle and stared at him for a lot of time. And because of this, Rip Van Winkle was very frightened. Now, after he had helped this man with the barrel, the short man, he emptied the contents of the barrel into glasses, and he even offered Rip Van Winkle a drink. Now, Rip Van Winkle, he obeyed, and he drank the drink. Even though he was very frightened, he was trembling with fear while he, accepted the drink, but he still drank the drink. And he was also very thirsty because he had walked a long way, and he had a few more glasses as well. And after having that drink, slowly he fell into a deep sleep. And then, on waking up, he found that he was at the same place where he had first met the old man. That is, when he had first decided that he wanted to go back down to the village, he had met that old man, you remember? So now, when he woke up after having those drinks, he woke up at that same place. And he rubbed his eyes. It was bright and sunny. It was morning. So he thought to himself, "Surely I have not slept here all night." He looked around for his companion Wolf, but Wolf was nowhere to be seen. Rip whistled for him. He whistled to the dog, and he called out, "Wolf, Wolf!" But the dog was nowhere. Where had his dog gone, he thought. So then he decided that maybe Wolf had gone down. And so he himself started going down the mountain and back to his village. The moment he neared his village, he met a number of people, but he did not know any of them. The villagers also stared at him equally in surprise. "Who is this man?" said one villager. Another said, "I have never seen him before. Look at his long white beard and his wrinkled face." On hearing this, long beard, wrinkled face, Rip Van Winkle was in shock. So he stroked his chin and he saw in astonishment that he had grown a beard. His beard had grown a foot long and it was all white. An old woman walked up to him and looked at his face for a moment. And then she exclaimed, "It's Rip Van Winkle! Welcome home, old neighbor! Where have you been these 20 long years?" Now students, you realize what has happened here. Rip Van Winkle has returned to his village after 20 long years, and now he is this old man. And this woman who has recognized Rip Van Winkle is also very old because she belongs to his time. All the other younger people there, all the young adults there do not recognize Rip Van Winkle because Rip Van Winkle was missing for 20 years. Now what do you think, students, has happened to Rip Van Winkle? After Rip Van Winkle drank the drink that those small little man gave him, he fell asleep for 20 long years. And in these 20 long years, he turned into an old man. How did Rip Van Winkle look when he was young? Rip Van Winkle went up and he was this young. And after he had the drink given to him by the short, weird-looking men, he fell asleep for 20 long years and woke up only when he was old. And that is why his companion Wolf was missing, because dogs don't live that long. And then when he came back to his village, he found so many changes there. Everything was different and nobody recognized Rip Van Winkle because 20 long years had passed. Just one old woman who belonged to the time of Rip Van Winkle recognized him and welcomed him back into the village.